Good morning, my tickies. How's everyone's? We're going to do some stuff today. You want to? We'll do a couple of different videos. Hey, we're going to start out. We're going to do some chicken broth today. I'm going to do bone broth, and I'm going to do roasted, which means basically I'm going to roast all my bones, whatever carcasses that I'm going to use for this, my vegetables, things of that nature, before I actually put it in water to make the stock. We do this to basically, there's Dean. Say hello, Dean Winchester. Hello, he's the sweetest boy. Why do we roast the vegetables and the bones? Well, we do this to get the most in-depth flavor that we can. And we can add all kinds of different things to that. Any of your vegetables that look like they're starting to go off, this is the place to put them in. Tomato paste is a really good way to add a depth of flavor. Mushroom pieces or stems, that adds umami to it, which that's the flavor, that type thing. But I want to show you something that I did, because on one of the homesteading pages that I have been watching, they were talking about certain parts of the carcasses that add more collagen than others. So let me turn you around for just a second. Hang on. All right, so this was my rotisserie chicken the other day that I made chicken and dumplings out of. So I wasn't going to do this anytime soon. That was like a week or two ago. I basically just stuck that in the freezer. That's technically already roasted, but you know, we're going to re-roast it anyway. And then I bought these chicken paws. Yeah. So chicken feet. One of the sites that I had checked on said this adds tons and tons and tons of collagen, which is not a bad thing. They're also really cheap. Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do is y'all going to come along with me. I'm going to get all these things prepared, find all my vegetables that I'm going to roast. I'll show you what we're doing before we put it in the oven. We'll show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. We'll put it in the stock pot and do all those things. Yes, we are canning this. I also plan on canning mandarin oranges. This weekend, I got a couple of bags, so we're going to play with that, see how that goes. We got a crap ton of bread we've got to make, so we're going to do a bunch of homesteading videos today that are just going to, you know, fly out there, so stay tuned. All right, y'all, here we go. We've got onions, carrots. I had some green beans that are probably a little on the frostbite side, a little bit of broccoli. Same issue basically with there. Some garlic cloves that are probably not the freshest that you've ever seen, because I am going to make a big batch of garlic. So I just kind of threw in whatever. So there you go. Pretty big thing. This is for the chicken. I do have beef bones. I don't know if I'm going to get to that today, but this is going to be chicken bone stock. So in the oven, 460 is what I have mine set at right now. I'm thinking maybe 20-30 minutes, but we'll come back and see. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and roast off the beef stock. I had 2 big soup bones, so that's what we're using. I had some spinach that obviously has seen better days, frozen spinach, onions. I capped off my mushrooms, took the stems, onions, I think carrots, and a few of those leftover green beans with a pepper. So that is now also going to go in with the chicken bones. All right, my beauties, here we go. This is the chicken stock right now. Don't worry about what that looks like. If those vegetables are really dark or whatever, honey, it don't matter. We're going to strain all this off. Ain't none of that going to be in there. But you see how dark that is already, and I haven't even cooked it. Yes, we got all them little chicken paws. We got all the things in there. We're going to let this cook. I'm going to bring it up. Not quite to a boil, but almost, and then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, and we're probably going to cook this a minimum of 6 to 8 hours, minimum of 6. I'm going to try to go to 8, and then basically what we'll do is we're going to have to let it cool off a little bit. We're going to strain it all, right? Once we get it all strained and it's where I want it to be, we will then, you have to pressure can this because there's no acidity in it. So I'll have to sterilize all my jars, do all my things of that nature. We will probably put these in quart jars, which means I'll have to do it for 90 minutes because I don't think a pint would be enough, although I may, and if we do pints, it'll be 75 minutes. But that is what the chicken broth looks like. I got to go find another stock pot to see if I can have the beef broth going at the same time. So we will bring you back when it's finished before we strain it. All right, so we're back. This is my beef broth. This is my chicken broth. Okay, so what I've done is I have sterilized my jars. I put those in measuring cups like this so that I know how many pints I have. We have this heating up right now, just so you know. So basically all we did was I strained out all of the vegetables, the bones, all the things, and then I actually strained it through cheesecloth as well because I don't want any bits in my broth. Now, y'all remember them chicken paws? You remember those? Well, look here what we doing. We got them bad boys in my dehydrator because I did some looking. I did some looking on the Googles, and they say that they are safe to give to dogs, and dehydrated is even better. So we're going to dehydrate those because we don't want any waste. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the broth in the jars with a ½ inch of head space is what they said. And then these are going to go into the pressure canner for 75 minutes because they're pints. So when we get to that point, we'll come back. Hang on. All right, here we go. The jars are in there. We're at 2, which is where I want to be. We have 75 minutes on the clock. We have chicken broth and beef broth that is basically in there. So after 75 minutes, it's going to cool completely down. And when we get them out, we'll show you. And then that will probably be the end of this video because we did lots of other stuff today. Good morning. It's the next day. You want to see the broth that we got? You want to see it? We got quite a bit. Hang on. All right. Put my thing on there a little bit. Look at that. Would you look at that? That's my chicken broth. We got, Henry is being very affectionate for whatever reason. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 of chicken. And that is my beef. That looks pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. So there you go. We made some bone broth. It wasn't that hard. I don't know what that is in my hair right there. You'll be all right, though. What, oh, there it is. It's a piece of fuzz. Anyway, so there you go. We made some broth. It wasn't that big of a deal. We roasted some vegetables and some bones. We put them in the dehydrator. Oh, in the dehydrator. The chicken feet. Hang on. Oh, my gosh. Oh. We got dehydrated chicken feet. I bet the dog, ooh, that's hard to get off. There we go. Ooh. Oh, I bet the puppies will like that. Neat. Who would have thunk it? Chicken feet. All right, so there you go. That was the broth. We roasted some bones. We roasted some vegetables. We put them in a pot with a bunch of water. We let it go for hours and hours. We strained it off and we put it in jars. There you go. All right. Happy homesteading.